How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Reality, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a top 5 countdown of the top 5 best Pokemon fan games of the week. Now, before we get started, guys, keep in mind that this list is simply just one where I list games that are both slightly popular, not so popular, some known, some unknown games. You know what I mean? I'm just listing a bunch of things in one and hearing your opinions and what you think about them, and also, you know, having you all check them out and, you know, find something to play out there. Maybe, you know, if you're looking for something new. So, before we get started, guys, keep in mind that all that stuff, you know, in your head before, you know, you get into this, and also that this is fan games, not ROM hacks, which means you can only play these on your computer. You cannot play them on Android or iPhone, and you don't need an emulator. You just, you download them, put them on your desktop, and launch the game file. Either way, let's get started with number 5. So starting off the list is going to be Pokemon Alchemist. Now, Pokemon Alchemist is an old game that I actually showcased a long time ago, but it's a very nice one. Now, I'm going to go through some of the features of the game, and you're going to be seeing some gameplay on the screen here. Now, basically, you get taken to a brand new region to discover, filled with tons of new Pokemon. You explore a whole new area, and also you got tons of new stuff in post-game for this game, so it is close to pretty much finished. It's got release 4.0, with Sinnoh pretty much added as well, Sinnoh areas, which is really interesting and fun. So they have a fun story that extends through the post-game, with bases, grunts, and admins to take out, stop their plot to resurrect the ancient Pokemon in the game, which is pretty interesting. You have no edginess and no bad Fakemon. It's all just mainly Pokemon, like none, you know, no Fakemon, that sort of stuff. I mean, I think Fakemon are cool, but depends on if they're well made or not. A total of 12 gyms, 4 post-game gyms to conquer, and a Pokemon League. Side quests from little things to legendary hunts, and there's tons of other stuff to do in the Kamla region as well. Elite battles in Shiny's black and white overhaul type of style. Pokemon World Tournament, a variety of phone calls and fun rematches and characters, and so many more things. Secret bases and tons of stuff. So basically, this game is just filled with content, and I have to give it like really good credit on the actual mapping. Now, the mapping in this game is really nice. They use some, I think, custom texture, like tile sets rather, not textures, but custom tile sets that look really nice and flow really well. They are really well done and well put together, in all honesty. I think I just said the same thing like 4 times in a row. I'm sorry about that. Either way, if you want to check out Pokemon Alchemist, it's going to be linked down below. Simply just go and download it from pokecommunity.com. It's going to be right there, guys. Either way, let's go to the next one on the list. Now, coming on next on the list is going to be Pokemon Fire Ash. It is a fan-made Pokemon game that looks, you know, pretty awesome in my honest opinion. The game is essentially, you know, loosely following the adventures of Ash Ketchum throughout his journey through the anime and that sort of stuff. You travel through Kanto all the way to Alola, including the Orange Islands, Battle Frontier adventures, and all in the style of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green versions. In the game, you will have the chance to battle Ash's traveling companions as well as some other rivals he has made, and the game includes 50 plus gyms and 800 plus Pokemon. And also, this is a completed game. This is a completed game. This is insane, the amount of things they've added here. This game keeps getting updated as well. It's still getting updates till this day, so, you know, you have a bunch of content to go through. You will have a lot to play while you're waiting for the next update to come through, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff to do here. Like 50 plus gyms and 800 plus Pokemon, and you have to take on every region, starting from, like, Kanto all the way to Alola, and also includes the Orange Islands, Battle Frontier, and, you know, it's just fantastic. This game is prop full with content. Actual style of the game is very much just Fire Red Leaf Green, but there's so much to do though that it's actually really worth it, even if you don't think the visuals are too appealing, which I think they are. Fire Red is really awesome looking and I love that, but like in general terms, this is a game that has a lot of content to offer, and it's finished as well, so you have a lot of things to play through in this one. So definitely check out Pokemon Fire Ash. It's going to be linked down below to their website you can go and download it from. Also, you can go to Pokemon Community if you want to download from there instead, but definitely a game you should be checking out, giving it some shots, lads. Either way, let's get to the next one. Now, coming up next is going to be Pokemon Indigo. Now, Pokemon Indigo is a game that essentially takes you 3 years back into the times where Team Rocket were hired to do some weird stuff on Cerebral Island, and basically they have to study Mew and a bunch of other stuff, and it's a cool game. I'm going to tell you this. In this game, you revisit Kanto and, you know, back to his former glory. You play as essentially, I would say, Red, but like it's kind of weird because you don't get to choose a starter. You get Pikachu, and your rival, Blue or whatever, actually has a freaking Eevee, so that's pretty interesting. And also the style of the game looks very much reminiscent to Gold and Silver, and that's because it uses the complete Gold and Silver engine. It has 649 Pokemon in it. It has a new twist to Kanto's original story. You can visit post-League Johto. There's egg shops, fossil shops, and berry shops, and this is also a fan game. Keep in mind, there's a lot of things to do in this game. It's very big, very large. As in terms of completion of this game, I don't really know if it's fully done yet, but I know it's about like 3 badges, and you know, it goes a pretty decent length, so to say. So you have a bunch of stuff to do in the game. It's not short, it's decent in my honest opinion, and the demo is currently 1.5. I don't know when the game was last updated, but it should be, you know, something you should check out there if you want to just play a game that looks very nice and has that old school, you know, Gold and Silver kind of style to it. So that's that. Let's go to the next one on the list. And coming up next is going to be Pokemon Ruby Red. Now, Pokemon Ruby Red is a very different game from the other ones on this list. Now, the story of this game is totally different, and it's its own little weird thing. You get taken to this alternative universe, and this alternative region called Draconia, in which you play kind of like a character. I mean, you essentially look like Red when you play through this game. You will have the red sprite, and the characters you meet will have, like, you'll have green and you'll have blue as well within this game, so that's pretty interesting. And some of the features in this game are pretty nice. So main focus will be on the story in the game as one of the features. So like you'll be mostly focusing on the story of the game, and it wouldn't be too much about like grinding and that sort of stuff. You get to explore the region freely. It doesn't really like you know, have too much closing you in. You can kind of follow whichever path you kind of want to, though that may take some time to fully implement because they haven't still done that fully yet. It's still being worked on. Probably after the first gym that will be implemented more properly. Gym battles and trials exist in this game, so that's pretty cool. They have trials. Like, I don't know if that's like, you know, you can't call it island challenges because it's not islands on this, but like, you know, it's basically gym battles and also trials like you'd seen in Alola, I would assume. You have side quests as well. They're going to be added in the game, which aren't in there yet, but will be there eventually. Pokedex will have something between 200 to 300 different Pokemon. You'll have event Pokemon being like only catchable once, so something like Marshadow or maybe, you know, Zeraora would be catchable only once, which is still fair enough in my honest opinion. You'll have following Pokemon, which will be implemented as well. You have quick save, and the region is divided and under the control of 4 different factions, or you know what I mean, like 4 different like fractions or factions, whatever you want to call them, under the rule of 1 king. So generally speaking, very interesting game, cool premise. Still needs some development though, I'll tell you that right now. It's still being worked on though, so I'll give them you know, a shot. The last time the game was edited was in December 21st, so it's been a while now since they last updated it, but I assume they're still working on it, and that's why there hasn't been updated in a while. But it's good to know they're still working on it though, and it's still, you know, in the works. They're still trying to get it done. So yeah, either way, let's go to the next one on the list. And coming up next is going to be Pokemon Rocket Rising. And oh boy, this was one of the first games I showcased on the Ruffled Rowlet channel, guys. Like, this was one of the first games I showcased on this channel, and it's insane to see this game again. So, what's this game about? Well, currently, this game is simply just prop full with features, and it has a different kind of battling system. You'll see from the gameplay on the screen, this game is very different from any of the other games that I've, you know, talked about in this video. Now, the plot of the game is very straightforward. Welcome to Rocket Rising, a game where you get to play as a member of Team Rocket. Pretty straightforward. Rocket Rising, you're rising up as a Team Rocket member. But first, you're in the beginning of your Pokemon journey, and admittedly, having some trouble. You barely own 2 badges, and just won the Nugget Bridge Challenge, when everything you worked so hard for is stripped from you. You are left with only 1 single Pokemon. Team Rocket provides Pokemon, and you need Pokemon, so you join up, just for a little while, to get back on your feet. But all this stealing and cheating gives you an edge. You start winning more often and off against strong opponents as well. You start to think maybe there's a different path to becoming a Pokemon Master. And there is. This game is insane. This is one of the first games I ever showcased, and the gameplay style is very much like Final Fantasy, though, in this game. It's kind of different. Like, it's not the normal Pokemon style of gameplay, and I love it, though. It's really fun, this version of it. It has this active time battle system. The number of attacks you get are based on speed. This gives faster but weaker Pokemon a fight chance against the slower heavy hitters. 3 Pokemon per battle. Skill usage system. Pokemon can have as many abilities as they can learn. They aren't limited to 4. And they can learn moves either by leveling up or by using their old ones. Thundershock will turn into Thunderbolt when used enough times. Recruitment is in certain situations you can essentially recruit people to join Team Rocket. This might involve beating them in a battle, helping them out, or simply taking, you know, just talking to them and essentially getting them to join you. You have cheat items, mutagen, and things change, and a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know what they mean by mutagen, but apparently this is some sort of rare item as well in the game, which I never achieved myself. In general terms, though, this game is insane. I freaking love it. I've already done a freaking showcase on it, and I would recommend anybody out there to check out this game if you're looking for an old school Pokemon fan game to check out. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. That's going to be the end of it. All these games will be linked in the description down below, so go down there if you want to check them all out. I'm going to make sure to link everything down there. Either way, guys, thank you so much for today. My name has been Ruffle Realit. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all the next time. Bye-bye for today.